Welcome back to Sire Speed Reviews, Rebel Rewind, our weekly Star Wars news and information and gossip channel. So we've got quite a bit of comments already. Man, I was running a little late. I've been having problems. I'm not sure if anybody here has been having issues with YouTube, but I've noticed like I was trying to watch Star Wars Theories video a little earlier, and it was just saying like error. Anyway, let's get into these comments. We have Andrea. What's up, Andrea? Hi, Eric. For comment. Hope you guys are having a great day. Good having you guys on the chat today. So we have so if you don't follow Andrea, there's quite a few people here. Do us and yourself a favor and subscribe to their channels. So we have Patrick, Poptography. Thank you. Hello, Andrea. He's saying it's cool to have so many comments today. What's up, Eric? Hey, Patrick. And oh, we got Brandon in the house. He was on with us last week. Oh, the week prior. So yeah, I wasn't able to. Actually, it was kind of slow, like in Star Wars news last week. So we didn't do a live last week. But what's up, Brandon? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a great day at work. If you guys worked today, it was a little troubling today. A little not troubling. It was a little very difficult today, like work-wise. But we got over it. Midweek already. So actually tomorrow's Thursday, and it's all the downhill from here for the weekend. What's up, Brandon? Says Patrick. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of news today. A somber, also a bit of news, but we're going to get into that in the rapid fire segment for today. So let's go ahead and get on with the rapid fire. Let's start up this intro.
5, 6.
That was rough. Let's try this again.
Rapid 5, 6.
All right. So I'm getting a little bit of the hand of my hand on this system. A little bit, getting a little bit better. Hopefully, I won't be doing such a terrible job today. All right. So let's go ahead and get into rapid fire. I know, Patrick. I know this is your favorite right here. That intro. Let's do it one more time.
Rapid 5, 6.
All right. Okay, so we've got quite a just got two stories here on the rapid fire segment. So, like I was mentioning earlier, Drew Struzan, designer of the iconic movie posters of Star Wars and many others, passed away at the age of 78 today. He was battling Alzheimer's disease. So he was the creator of Back to the Future poster, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Goonies, and many more. George Lucas honored Struzan in a statement released by Lucasfilm, stating he's an artist of the highest order. So rest in peace, Drew Struzan. And secondly, we have pop this up real quick. Let's see if I can. We have Hot Toys dropped a new 1/6 scale Obi-Wan Kenobi Mustafar collectible figure capturing Ewan McGregor's performance in Revenge of the Sith with meticulous detail. The collectible stands as a poignant tribute to Obi-Wan's stand against his former Padawan, making it an essential masterpiece for any Star Wars collectibles, any Star Wars collection. And I know there was a re-release or a release of the Luke Skywalker, Anakin / Vader, like about 2 weeks ago. So this will be a nice addition to that collection. So it's really beautiful piece. But now, so Drew he did so many iconic posters, and unfortunately, we're getting this a lot. We're getting a lot of our um, iconic people that we've looked up to in like the original trilogies. Did posters, graphic FX for those times, actors in that era to slowly see them wither away, pass away, and it's unfortunate. He was so talented. His posters. I mean, if you, it's only when you like look at really detail on it that you notice his actual painting. It looks like photographs. The guy was super talented. I would love to get a poster. I've got one poster, but this is not any of his artwork. But I love posters. I just don't have really the space. But if I can get a smaller poster for Revenge of the Sith, that would be amazing. His artwork is just beautiful. All right, so we have Andre says, I haven't seen the Hot Toys. Oh yeah, I don't have a link to it, but you can check out the Hot Toys website on the newest figure releases drops, and you'll see it. It's beautiful, beautiful job on that. Just looked it up. Yeah, right, Andrea. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. I mean, the details on the face, and all like they're such a good job, like in the when you like the face details, the beard, all the like the facial features, just beautiful job on those. And then the clothing, of course, the sign, the singed rope details. Yeah, yeah, it's an amazing piece. I don't have the space, and to be honest, like the money is these kind of pricey, but they do look epic. They look beautiful. I don't know, maybe later on if I have the space, I'll probably jump in and get the Vader and Obi-Wan. That'll be an amazing piece right there to get. So let's get on to the first story of this evening, and I've kind of figured out a way to do this so it won't be that bad. I won't be jarring. So let's go ahead and get the first story for today. So it's right here. Add to stage. Boom. Here we go. And I was having problems with this last time. So Ahsoka Season 2. First look at Baylon Skoll's major redesign unveiled in HD. You guys can see that image right there. So rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. But I think Rory McCann is going to do a fantastic job. I mean, he looks really good on that image. So let's go on to the story. So new image offers fans their first HD look at Baylon Skoll's major redesign heading into Ahsoka Season 2. Dave Filoni's force-wielding streaming series is set to return sometime next year, picking up the tale of Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano and the rest of the Star Wars Rebels crew. As part of the fans faring adventure, Dawson's Jedi Master will again clash sabers with your villainous Baylon Skoll. So fans uncovered a picture of Baylon Skoll in Ahsoka Season 2, offering the first HD look at the character's new design. After the tragic death of original Baylon Skoll, Ray Stevenson in 2023, it was announced that Game of Thrones star and close friend, and I'm glad that they chose also a close friend of Ray Stevenson, Rory McCann, who would step in for the role. So while fans in the attendance of the Star Wars celebration in Tokyo earlier this year got a sneak peek of McCann's redesigned version of the morally ambiguous villain, we get a clear image by ex-user Mariah the Messenger gave the rest of the world a glimpse into their own. So this is the image of Rory McCann's Baylon Skoll. Look at the detail on that. I mean, I think he's going to do a fantastic job in filling in for Ray Stevenson. Rest in peace. But let me go ahead and pull up this banner for everybody. You guys want to answer this? With all respects to Ray Stevenson, how are you liking Rory McCann in this new Baylon as the new Baylon Skoll? So we're talking about image wise, like his presentation as Baylon Skoll. So if you guys want to answer that, let's go ahead and continue on with the story here. So the picture shows McCann's take on Baylon holding his orange lightsaber to his face with the hood up. Seems like to be an upscaled version of the same image at Celebration back in April. Here's another image of that, and in comparison to Ray Stevenson's uh, uh, Baylon Skoll. So I mean, you can see that the beard is a little bit darker on Rory's, but with I think on all the presentation he looks great. Let's go ahead and continue on with this story. So while the redesign between Stevenson and McCann's version of the character is not a total makeover, his beard is notably darker, and his hood appears to be more worn and rugged. Fans are expecting McCann to bring his own take to Baylon Skoll's character, indicating that Lucasfilm and Disney Plus are not going to drastically change the villain, and making the transition between the actors streamlined as possible. So I think if he's a fantastic actor, and but I think he'll with his own little presentation of Baylon Skoll, I think he'd do a fine job filling in for Ray Stevenson. So they said they're going to try to make the presentation of Rory McCann's Baylon Skoll as seamless as possible, and I think that's probably the best way to honor Ray Stevenson and to continue with his storyline. So let's see if we got any comments or so these. Okay, let's go. Say what's good, fam, and we have Patrick. Sad we lost Stan, Stun, and Hiddenbrank this past year. Oh, you have to fill me in, man, because I'm on Stun and Hiddenbrank. I didn't. What department or where did they work? In FX department, or were they poster artists also? Patrick. And then Patrick says, chilling. Hope everybody's having a great evening and just chilling with me. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out for a bit. We're going to go ahead and continue on but let's go ahead and see if we got any comments. I mean, Rory McCann, I think he's going to do a fantastic job. So if you guys have any comments on that, I think he'll do fantastic. Like his presentation as Baylon, I think he'll do an awesome job in filling in for his friend Ray Stevenson. But let's go ahead and pull up the second story for this evening. Second story for this evening. Timothy. Okay, let me remove this banner off. All right. So Timothy Olyphant still asked the Mandalorian showrunner about Cobb Vanth's future. Now, this is another character I would love to see back in, big screen, not big screen, but, in the series. Timothy Olyphant, awesome actor. I've been watching Alien Earth, and man, dude plays an awesome android. He's an android. I believe he's an android on that show. Fantastic actor. So yeah, I would love to see him come back as Cobb Vanth. And as we know already, he's not dead. So let's go into the story. So Timothy Olyphant was revealed in a new interview that he still asked Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni about what's next for Cobb Vanth, the character from The Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett. So while talking to Ringerverse, Timothy Olyphant stated, and if I'm saying his name wrong, you guys correct me. So Timothy Olyphant stated that he remains in the dark about the future of his Star Wars character, and that he regularly checks up on Favreau and Filoni to learn anything he can about the character's future, including whether or not he has job security for an upcoming production in the galaxy far, far away. So let's go ahead and check out the little clip right here of Timothy asking about that, or talking about. Funny. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm like, hey, dude, regularly bump them. That's the only way. A lot of times you can get any movement by your part. Just reminding people, hey, I'm still here. Character's still here. So yeah, that I think that's pretty cool. And to bug Dave Filoni about hey, he's still alive. And the fact that they put him in the chamber, and he's in recovery is, I think, a point they're trying to make, that yeah, he survived, and they'll bring him back. But the question is that I want to know is, I'll leave a comment down there, down below, banner. Knowing Cobb Vanth is still alive, do you think Cobb Vanth will return? And if so, where? Because the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and if he's talking about this, that he liked for his character to be alive, or to be used again. Obviously, they're not going to use him for the Mandalorian Grogu film movie. So it makes you wonder in if they're going to do a season 4 of The Mandalorian, or if this movie is going to stand in for The Mandalorian season 4. So knowing that his character is live, how would they use him if they're not gonna do a season 4, or if they're going to do a season 4? So if you guys want to chime in on that, let me go ahead and continue on with this story. Let's see if we got any comments. So we got some comments here. Okay. All right. I'm a little behind. Okay, here you go. Patrick, with a comment that I wanted to know. They were both made posters, Drew Strauss, Suzanne, and Greg Hindenbrandt. Okay. So he worked in coalition, or alongside with Greg. Okay. So we got Patrick here says, love to have Cobb Vanth back for sure. But the question is, where do you guys think we're going to see them? Where are we going to see Cobb Vanth? Uh, because it looks like they're pretty much wrapped up, and I'm sure they're probably like editing the Mandalorian Grogu film. And if he's asking about it, it means that he's more than likely not on the movie. So where are we going to see him? If they're going to continue season 4? All right. So we have Andrea say we're at Shay's Tex-Mex, and our food just arrived. Thanks, Andrea, for chilling with me at the table. I like Tex-Mex too. So she says I gotta go. Bye, Eric and friends. Bye, Andrea. Enjoy your dinner. Have fun. And we have Patrick again chiming in. So Alien Earth was dope, and he was an android. Yeah. So I just got one episode left of Alien Earth. I'll probably catch that tonight. Fantastic, man. I mean, with the fact that they utilize the alien, I mean, like, what you call it, a live person, being the body of the alien, and not using CGI. I love that. That's pretty cool. So we have Patrick once again. Poptography says best hard sell. He says I'm not dead, and neither is the character. Hint hint. And we have Patrick again chiming in. Yes, in the Ahsoka season 2, maybe Ezra will meet up with him. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a possibility to bring him into the Ahsoka season, Ahsoka season 2. I didn't think about that. That's a really good tie-in if they were to bring him in. But they got to give him some new some new armor to wear and possibly maybe another Mandalorian, a fallen Mandalorian's armor. I think he loves the Mandalorian style and the protection that he gives. So yeah. So Cobb Vanth is a character initially introduced in Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and the Force Awakens tie-in book Aftermath. And I didn't know that. So Cobb Vanth is a character initially introduced to the Star Wars: The Force Awakens tie-in book Aftermath, which reveals the state of the galaxy far away immediately after the first death of Palpatine, the sacrifice of Anakin Skywalker, and the destruction of the second Death Star. Cobb initially worked with Jawa scavengers and uncovered a certain set of Sarlacc digestive acid-covered armor, which was Boba Fett's, was living with it, while Boba Fett himself was living in Tusken Raiders at the time, and he claimed it for himself. So Cobb eventually became a sheriff for that defended town of Mos Pelgo, later named Freetown, managing to peacefully cooperate with the Tusken Raiders to ensure the peace of the settlement, while both parties fight off criminal organizations like the Red Key Raiders interested in exploiting Tatooine's resources. So I didn't know that he was actually a tie-in in a book prior to we got him in the Book of Boba Fett. That's pretty cool. So let me go ahead and skip down to the last portion of this story here. So Cobb Vanth's current on-screen adventures are recounted on the second season of The Mandalorian and the only season of the Book of Boba Fett. Regardless of future plans on Disney Plus, his comment here would indicate that he won't be seen in the Mandalorian and Grogu film either. So in the meantime, we have a pretty stellar turnout as a far more stoic synthetic in another Disney-owned sci-fi franchise, Alien Earth. Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. So I'm going to catch the rest of that episode, the last episode tonight. So yeah, two very cool stories. So let's go ahead and go with our last story for this evening. And since we love action figures here at Rebel Rewind, Sire Speed Reviews, I do reviews on figures. It's been a while since I've done an actual review on the figure, but I got a bunch of stuff that I purchased not too long ago, so we need to crack in and do some reviews of action figures. But let's go ahead and get on to the story. So Hasbro reveals new Star Wars figures in New York Comic Con. With New York Comic Con now in full swing, this was a couple of days ago, Hasbro and Star Wars has unveiled a new toy sets for both Black Series and the Vintage Collection line. You can check out the newest additions to each of these sets below. All right, so we have the Black Series. In the section of the Black Series, we have the Vader in the dual end Vader's figure from Obi-Wan Kenobi series with a 6-inch. This 6-inch figure was previously a rare find for collectors until now. So we have this beautiful Vader with this cracked helmet, and I have one, but actually I had that one 3D printed. I had a friend who I wish I could just pull up his Instagram at the moment, but I don't remember at this time. But he made this one, the cracked helmet for me. And let's see if I can find it real quick. I'll look for it in a couple of seconds, in a couple of minutes here. All right, so look at that. Fantastic job the Black Series has been doing on this figure, and look at that. That's pretty nice looking mold, or sculpt on that 6-inch figure right there. So let's go on here. Got another image up here of Vader. And so next up is the Book of Boba Fett based Fett figure. And so this is another 6-inch Black Series figure. I'm not sure about the sculpt on his face, but the armor, the details on the armor and everything looks great. Something about the eyes doesn't look right to me. But like in a 6-inch figure, like if you have it I think it look great as a collectible, but I don't know. It's just the eyes don't look right to me. And so yeah, with the helmet looks cool. So we have the new re-armored Boba Fett right there. That's going to be one that I'm definitely going to be picking up. And so also highlighted was a 2-pack set featuring Purge and Patrol Trooper, and these two look stunning. Looking it looks awesome with the what you call the baton that he has, the stun baton, and then the shield, and the Purge Trooper looks fantastic also in black. So rounding out the next Black Series figures is fan favorite legend Kyle Katarn. Although not shown in the official announcement, we have image courtesy of Yak Face. Yak Face coming through with the image of Kyle Katarn right here. I think it looks pretty epic. Looks pretty cool. All right, and then we have just got one image of that one. So from the vintage collection, we have, and I have a bunch of vintage collections. So we have Padme Amidala, Attack of the Clones, in the white pre-ripped shirt. And then iconic, we have a Shakti, the character we have that survived death multiple times than any other in the franchise, is now being added to the vintage collection. And I think it looks stunning. The face sculpt on this looks pretty cool. That'd be a nice one to add to your collection of the vintage collection. So more than anything else, toys has always been a major part of the franchise. So George Lucas saw that potential while making the original film, and like many others, he doubted by everyone else, was doubted by everyone, but the studio that had him kept him from the studios that let him keep the merchandise rights without a fight, as well as toys companies he didn't believe would be a place in the market for movie tie-in toys. So Kenner actually took a bit of a gamble when they agreed to produce figures for the film that would have possibly failed. So Kenner stood up, and a lot of people still have a lot of the Kenner actual figures. I think I have one Kenner figure somewhere in my collection. Actually, I think two Kenner. I know a lot of people still have the original Star Wars figures. But let's go ahead and get into the comments. Let me pull. You know what? Let me get this out of the way. All right. So they could do a whole show around Cobb Vanth, a space western, and call it Marshall. Oh, I like that idea. Go between Vanth and IG-12 and their stories. That's a fantastic job on that concept right there. So Marshall of the Outer Rim. They trademark that, Patrick. I like that. Now that Fett, and then the comment he has, Patrick, now that new Fett figure has got to be a must have for you. Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a must have for me. So let's see. Are we? Yep. I think that's about it. Comments. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Brandon, Patrick, let me not. Brandon, Patrick, Andrea, appreciate you guys for hanging out for a bit. And hey, we'll be back next week. Yeah, unfortunate passing of Drew Struzan, that amazing artist, and I need to pick up a poster, like maybe a smaller size poster of his of Revenge of the Sith. That's an iconic and epic poster right there. But I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Let's see if we got any last comments before we close out for today. And yeah, this was fun. This is fun. Good times, my friends. Yes, thank you, Patrick, for hanging out, dude. And we'll be back next week. Let me go ahead and close this out. We'll see you guys next one, and let's see if I drop any videos before here and next week. I've been, been kind of lacking on doing videos, but I've been dropping the 2 toy hunts last couple of days. So if you guys want to watch that, I appreciate it. But thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate every single one of you guys for the comments and hanging out and making this fun. So when you have people to talk to, it makes the interaction a lot more fun. But thanks again, and let me close out by putting this bad boy. Peace.